Hi everyone, and welcome to Desserts of South Asia. I'm your host, Jackie Van Dinther. Well, it begs the question, who doesn't like desserts? I know I certainly do, and today that's what the show is all about. We're going to be cooking up some of the best and most popular dishes when it comes to desserts from South Asia. We'll be doing everything from rice pudding to ice cream to sweet dumplings in syrup. They kind of look like Timbits. But first, let's start out with a dish called kheer. And I have Verbala with me today. And Verbala is going to be helping me prepare this. So Verbala, this is sort of a South Asian rice pudding. What goes into it?
Basically the rice, milk, sugar, and then it's got some very exotic flavoring to it, and some nuts and some raisins.
Sounds delicious. And that's kind of a staple of South Asian cooking in general. It's always got some sort of heat or twist to it, right?
Yes.
So what have you got on the stovetop right now?
Okay, I have just over a liter and 1 liter and 3/4 of a liter of homogenized milk.
Okay.
And I brought it to a boil.
Right.
And now that it's boiling,
we're going to add some things to it.
I had my rice washed and soaking.
Okay.
So I'm going to put that in there.
And you've already, as you said, washed and soaked that. So we're going to put that in. Okay.
And now I'll cook it. It should be, once the rice is in, it should be from medium to simmer. No
Okay. And how
higher
long?
than
And how long do you simmer it for?
the whole cooking process is 1 hour.
Okay.
But it has to be, you have to be constantly stirring it.
Right. You can't walk away from the stove. That's right.
Otherwise it burns at the at the bottom and it doesn't taste.
And you've got to restart over. What else do we have here? What other ingredients go into the dish?
Okay. Then there is sugar, which we'll put in later on.
Okay.
Actually, the last one.
Okay.
And then I have saffron and I have cardamom.
Look at that. Look at the saffron color. It's gorgeous. Hey, that'll probably give the kheer its color.
And the flavor. The cardamom, that's what it looks like, but I
And those are full pods there.
Yeah.
And then you've ground it there. And that's going in?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll put that in. Saffron will be for a little while. And
Okay.
it cooks. When the rice is all done, the idea is to boil down the whole mixture to half what it was.
Okay, so you're going to really simmer it down for about an hour.
Yes.
Okay, and then what's the final steps before we finish?
Then I put the saffron and stir that in.
Okay.
And the last thing goes.
Look at that color.
Yep.
That's great.
So
And the
very
last thing to
creamy.
go is
Sugar.
the sugar. I'll hand that to you.
Now the sugar, I have to turn the stove off and then put it in and stir it to dissolve it. And then, say after a minute or so, I start the cooker again and cook it for 2 minutes or 3 minutes.
And make sure that it's fully dissolved.
Yes, and then I'll get a thick mixture.
Okay, and then what do you do with it when you're done with the mixture on the stove
I
top?
put it in a serving dish and I garnish it with nuts. I didn't put, you could put some nuts and raisins inside, but I didn't do that because some people are allergic to nuts and raisins. So you can always wait till the end and put it on top.
And look at this, a finished product.
Yes.
Verbala. This looks wonderful. I'm going to try some before we go.
You're not allergic to nuts?
I am not allergic to nuts, but for those out there who are, you got to be careful.
Yeah.
So here we go. We've got kheer, which is a South Asian rice pudding. For more information on where you can learn how to cook like this in your own home, go to southasianheritage.org. In the meantime, I'm going to try some of this, and when we come back, we'll be making some ice cream. Well, I don't know about you, Anuradha, but it doesn't matter what time of year it is, I will eat ice cream.
For sure.
It doesn't matter if it's warm weather or cold weather, I'm game for ice cream, and that's exactly what we're doing here today. We're making South Asian ice cream, or better known as kulfi, and Anuradha, you're going to show us how to make it. It's pretty simple. There's not a lot that goes into it. So what do we need? What ingredients do we need?
We need evaporated milk, whipping cream, and condensed milk. And then you just pour everything in the blender.
Okay, so as you're just telling us,
So
I'm just going to go ahead.
Evaporated milk.
Okay.
And half a can of condensed milk.
All right. And this stuff's the sticky
And-
stuff,
Oh,
but
yes.
the sweet stuff too.
That's the secret, yeah. And then you have 250 ml of whipping cream. Just
All
pour
right.
it in that.
Here we go.
And this is a pinch of saffron, so you don't put the whole.
You don't need a whole bunch, just a pinch.
Pinch of it.
And look at that. That's going to give us a
Yes.
little bit of color and some
Yes,
flavor.
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, and this is about 4 teaspoons of pistachio ground. Yeah.
Okay.
It's called pista in Hindi, and it's pistachio. It's the same thing used all over.
Wonderful.
Just put. And this is about like a quarter teaspoon of.
That's not a lot.
It's called elaichi. Yeah, but it adds the flavor.
But it gives
Yes,
you just
yes.
you can get a hint
Yeah.
of it. So this is
And
what?
It's called elaichi, and it's green cardamom seed powder.
Gotcha.
So you just powder, yeah.
Boom, and there we
Yeah.
go. So that's
Yeah.
it, and we're gonna blend this up.
Yes, yes.
And you just want to blend it until it's
Just
well
about
combined.
for a minute, and that
Okay.
should be enough. That's it, yeah. It's a little, you can have a little frothy thing on top, and
Okay.
that's ready.
So that's ready to go.
Yeah, and then you pour it in the mold.
Now this is the fun part because
Yes.
you can get your kids involved in doing
Sometimes
this
I just
too,
like to
right?
eat right here. You know, I don't want to wait till
We
it
don't need to freeze
freezes.
it. We can just put it right in. So
Yeah.
you're gonna take
Just,
these
yeah.
out,
And
and we're
pour
just
it,
gonna pour it
yeah.
in. And this
then
is
we-
going to be our
yes.
popsicle form. You don't want to.
Yeah.
You don't want to do that, guys. You don't
Yes,
want to
that's
fill it up too
and
much.
Keep putting the sticks.
Okay, you put the sticks in.
And then we put in the freezer for about 6 hours. And sometimes, generally, I like to put overnight, and by morning it's always done.
Oh, that smells good.
Yes. And
smells
after
great.
that, when you take it out from the freezer, this is how it looks like. And then you need to just run it.
And there's your popsicle.
Yeah.
This is the ice cream right here. And a little tip you were saying, if you can't get these out, you
Yes.
just come over to your sink, run some hot water
Yeah.
for a couple of seconds,
and then
that,
you can
that
take
should
it out.
hopefully take. Oh, let's see.
Maybe, you know, you
Maybe
need
not.
to do it
Maybe you have to
properly,
run
yeah.
a little more hot water.
Yeah.
But in any case, we do have some sweet treats ready.
We already ready.
Let's show the folks at home what
Yeah.
this amazing dessert can look
And
like. Look at this.
A lot of people just like to eat plain, but sometimes I like to serve it with fruit, and it's a nice way you can add.
Oh my
you
goodness.
get to eat fruit along with
Can
the
I
ice
try
cream.
this? I'm
Sure,
trying it.
yeah. This is with mango, strawberry, and some pistachio, and this is just mango and pistachio. Try
South
that, yeah.
Asian
Yes.
kulfi. You can make this ice cream at home. For more information, thank you so much, by the way,
welcome, yeah.
Anuradha. For more information on some of these great recipes, you can go to southasianheritage.org. But in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy some ice cream, and we will see you soon. Oh, that was good.
Okay. Thank you.
I love the pistachio.
Yes, yeah, that's
Very
the-
nice. Very, very nice. Well, here in Canada, there's no doubt we love our pancakes, and more than ever, we like them with maple syrup. Well, in South Asia, as Anuradha is going to show us here, they also enjoy their pancakes, and today we're going to show you how to make malpua. So this is a South Asian pancake, basically.
Yes.
There's a couple of steps. We're going to go through all of them, and we're
Okay.
going to try and explain this as best as we can. But basically, we're making South Asian pancakes. What do you start with?
Generally, whenever I'm preparing the batter, I first put my syrup on the side. So while
you
syrup is
start the syrup first. Okay.
And while it's getting cooked, I start making my pancake batter.
Okay, so what goes into making the
I just go
syrup?
about like 1 cup of water and 2 cups of sugar.
Okay.
So whatever water you're putting, double of sugar.
Okay.
And just to add a nice flavor, I add a little bit of, again, a pinch of saffron.
Very nice.
And I let it cook. And once it starts boiling for about 5 to 6 minutes, so it becomes a little thick.
So you want to reduce it
Yes,
until it
yeah,
becomes like
very
syrup.
viscous, yeah.
Okay.
And just like our maple syrup, you know.
Yeah.
And then I close it, and in the meantime, I'll start working with the batter.
Great.
And this is very simple. I take 1 cup of all-purpose flour,
All right.
and then add about a quarter teaspoon of baking powder.
All right.
And the trick is when you're adding milk. So milk is about 1 cup. So I don't add it right away. I go very slow.
You go and you add it slow and make sure that it incorporates.
Yeah, it's smooth,
Okay.
and there is no lump is formed because of that. If I go slow, if you
Right.
put everything together, the lumps
It'll
will
get
be
lumpy.
formed.
And we don't like lumpy batter, right?
And we add that, and slowly we keep moving.
Okay.
And sorry for that. Yeah.
And you want to make sure that that gets smooth. And
Smooth.
if you do it properly, this
Yeah.
is essentially the batter.
This is how it
That's
looks
the
like.
consistency that you want. That's great looking batter. So now you're going to show us how you make.
And now the fun part is the frying. So I actually enjoy doing it.
Okay.
So different ways of doing. You can make an oval shape, or you can.
So
make
what have you got in there? What kind of oil is that?
This is a vegetable oil, regular cooking oil.
Okay.
So just this is how you take on the spoon, and you just put it here and kind of with your hand make a little oval.
You know what this is making me think of?
Yes.
This is making me think of when I used to go to like, you know, the carnivals, and you watch them make the funnel cakes.
Yes.
It's pretty much the same thing.
Everywhere,
Yeah.
you know. That's what I find out. Everywhere in all over the world, yes, similar things.
So that's how you get the pancakes into the oil. You fry them up, and eventually.
And then you have to make sure you turn them. And you have to.
You don't want them to burn.
No, and it should be a little bit light brown. And
here's basically what it should look like. So here's the pancake. Now we're running out of time here, so we want to make sure we show everyone at home the next step. So now here comes our syrup.
The syrup looks like this after cooking. So what I do is just put this in, dip it in the syrup, and we keep it for about like 1 minute.
Right.
And this should be
just
warm.
so it soaks it up a little bit. Okay.
And this is how it looks, and we take it out, and this is how it looks like after
Very nice.
taking it out.
So you lay them out once they're all
soaked. Yeah, it's all with sugar now.
And by the magic of television, this is my favorite part because I get to usually enjoy these. But here we go. Here's our malpua.
Different ways of doing. You can have an oval, you can have a round shape, and only you can decorate with the pistachio. Sometimes I like to add coconut.
Yeah, and even some color.
And colors during like a festival, like Festival of Color, Holi. I like to add some colors like that. So
delicious.
Different ways of
More
eating.
South Asian desserts coming your way here on Desserts of South Asia. Thank you so much, Anurag.
You're welcome. Yeah, would you like to try?
I would like to try some.
You should.
Badam halwa is what we're making today, and roughly translated, that is
Almond squares.
Almond squares. Faiza's with us today, and she's going to be showing us how to make this wonderful South Asian dessert. Almonds. Let's first talk about the nutritional facts with almonds. They're good. They're good for us. We know why, but what's good about almonds?
Almonds are very good for you. Actually, it has calcium, phosphorus, magnesium, all good things. And I was reading somewhere that 25 almonds are equal to a quarter cup of milk worth calcium.
That's great.
So
now,
awesome.
this recipe has a lot of butter too, so I think that the good and the bad might balance out here, but in any case, we're gonna show the folks at home how to make this. We've got butter in the pan. Faiza, what's the next step?
Okay, so I'm just gonna put some cardamom, grounded cardamom in it.
Okay.
Just the green ones.
Just a pinch?
Just maybe 2 pinch.
Okay, and how much butter is in the pan?
It's 1.5 cup of butter.
Okay, great.
So,
So that's going to give a nice
aroma
and flavor to the dish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just give it 30 seconds, just quickly, and then we will put 2.5 cups of almond in it.
Okay, those are sliced almonds.
Sliced almonds.
For those looking for the
Yeah.
precise, you can't put whole almonds in there. They've got to be sliced.
Yeah, it's up to your preference.
Okay.
I like it this way. I want my squares to be crunchy.
Right.
So if you don't want them to be crunchy, you can have the chopped ones.
Okay.
I like mine sliced. So,
Now, how long is that going to be in there with the butter?
it's on low medium heat, so I want them to be slowly cooking in it, and I'll cook till they are golden medium brown.
Okay. Now, you've got something else you're working on here. What is that?
Okay, so that's very efficient way of we are using 2 stoves here. This is sugar syrup. I have 2 cups of sugar, so it's 1:2, so 1 cup of water and 2 cups of sugar.
So basically a simple syrup that you're going to be incorporating into the dish.
Yeah.
So this is done. So what's the next step?
So we will wait till the almonds are golden brown.
And once those almonds are golden brown, Faiza, we're going to add in these. This is 2 cups of
Powdered milk.
Okay, I'll pass these to you.
To make it healthy, you can use skim milk, like low-fat ones. And that's what I'm using here. You have to be very, very careful with the milk, with a very slow stove.
You don't want it to burn, right?
Yeah, the milk will burn very quickly.
Yeah, and you don't want that.
No, so you just mix all the batter together.
Okay. We're running out of time here, so we want to make sure we get to the end of it. So how do we finish this dish off?
So this step will take a little longer. So you just have to mix everything together very well.
Okay.
As soon as this is done, we are going to add the sugar syrup in it.
Okay.
So we're just going to add a little bit.
A little bit at a time?
Little bit at a time. We don't want to have lumps here. So we're just gonna mix all together.
All right. Oh, that's smelling good.
Yep.
It smells sweet in this kitchen, that's for sure.
And then you have to stir this for like maybe 10-15 minutes till all the moisture and everything is all mixed together.
Okay, and I've got we've got sugar and pistachios. How do these fit in?
Pistachios are for the garnish, and we already used the sugar for the syrup.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So that's pretty much done. Let's bring out our final product, Faiza.
Okay.
And look at how good these look. Almond squares, or in the South Asian language,
Badam ka halwa.
lovely. Thank you so much, Faiza.
You're welcome.
For more information on this recipe, you're gonna garnish,
Yeah,
and
I'll
others
just-
that you see here on the show, you can go to southasianheritage.org. We will see you in just a bit. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Oh, that's so good. I don't know about you guys, but I'm on a bit of a sugar high right now. We promised you guys at the beginning of the show that we'd show you how to make a special dessert, a South Asian dessert called Gulab Jamun. In other words, a South Asian donut.
Yes,
so to
it's
speak.
like a
It's like a timbit. We called it a timbit.
Yes.
Indu Singh is whether she's going to show us how to do it, and we've got our gloves on because this is going to get messy.
Yeah.
Indu. So let's start with the batter, I guess, the dough. How do we do it?
So we're going to do 2 cups of powder milk.
Okay, that's the stuff here.
Yes.
That goes in. You
Yes.
just need a bowl to mix
Yes.
it in. Okay.
And 1 cup of pancake mix.
Perfect.
Yes.
Any old pancake mix, or does it have to be a certain kind?
No, any pancake mix.
Okay.
Any pancake mix, original one.
Okay.
And we're going to put some whipping cream.
Whipping
like a
cream?
Pint should be fine.
Okay, do you want me to put the whole thing in?
Yes.
Okay. So let's get that in there.
Yeah.
Now, where do the gloves come in? Now?
We're going to just mix it all together.
Okay.
So we're going to mix it all together.
You told me I was going to do that.
okay.
I was getting excited to get messy. Okay, here, let me
Okay,
do
let's
this.
do it.
So I'm making a dough out of this,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay, now what have you got on the stove? Because this is there's a two parts to this recipe. So while I
Right.
mix this dough,
Yes.
tell us what's going on
So
the
we're
stove.
making a syrup, 2
Okay.
cups of sugar, and 1 cup of water. So
And that's already in there, and
yes,
that's
it's
kind of
already there.
simmering.
Yes, it's simmering, and it's done actually. So we can turn off our
Oh, geez.
stove.
You weren't kidding. This is getting a little
yeah,
messy.
it is messy. It is messy.
Okay, so how is this looking for consistency? What should it look like?
Actually, you're supposed to leave it for a few minutes, so it gets thicker.
Okay, I see.
So yeah, it gets thicker later on, and then you make a small ball. Okay.
Easier said than done, but basically you want to make balls.
Ball.
Okay.
Yeah, you make a ball.
Okay. How big,
And-
roughly? Like a
just
golf ball size? Smaller than a golf ball.
Smaller
Okay.
than a golf
And
ball.
this is we're gonna deep fry these.
Yes.
Okay, where's that go? Right in there?
Right in there. Yeah. So we
So
make
you
it-
go ahead
Yeah.
and start us off.
Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna hear a big sizzle, aren't we?
Yes,
As
we're
soon as
gonna
that
hear
dough
the
hits
sizzle.
the oil.
Yes.
Oh, there we go. Beautiful.
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna continue making these, but can I pass this to you?
Yes.
You can put the